Welcome back to the Football Terrace. Hit the like button. Make sure you are subscribing. And of course, check out StocksFC. You have less than 10 hours remaining to purchase your stock in Erling Haaland ahead of the new season. You can see the countdown there. Over 15,000 stocks already sold in this man. Scan the QR code on the screen or click on our link in the description and you can still go into the prize draw to win a signed shirt by this man in a frame to stick up on your wall. Get building your portfolio now. Lots of big news and a little bit of an exclusive potentially from a journalist regarding Arsenal. We're looking at Man United and what comes next after signing De Ligt and Mazwadi. And we're also going to take a look at Chelsea and a few other dealings as well, because Arsenal and Chelsea could be crossing paths somewhat. But I did want to start with Manchester United today. And obviously we saw De Ligt and Mazwadi announced yesterday they will be United players. £50 million total package for the two. There's a potential it rising to 60 million if and when add-ons are agreed to. Very happy with the business overall. You add that into Xerxes and Euro, and it's been a fairly successful summer so far. Next for Manchester United is they are pushing for Manuel Ugarte, the number one midfield target, to really bolster that midfield, to give United more defensive protection, someone to win that ball back, to help start off our moves, to knit together the defence and the attack, and just add some additional legs into that area. It was said negotiations had stopped a few days ago. This has now been debunked. This has been pushed back. This has been essentially blown out the water. United are negotiating hard with PSG to get this deal over the line. Plus, really interesting from Fabrizio Romano. When you go and listen to his YouTube channel, what he states is that if the right deal is presented, there could be two. Ugarte, the number one target, and then a cheaper option could be purchased this summer. Now, if Man United were to get Ugarte and then add a Sanderberg into the mix as an example, then for me, year one, at the beginning of this rebuild, on paper, that would be a fairly successful transfer window. How we perform, how we play, how they deliver will dictate the actual answer to how good this window is in the future. But on paper, very good indeed. So personally, I hope, I pray that what Fabrizio says come true. Ugarte, one other central midfield player. I'd be very happy with that. And I love the fact that the majority of the players we're looking for are at a huge advance. In fact, all of them are really on the technical. The technical floor of our team already will rise to another level, which should make the style of football that we tried to implement yesterday more playable. So I'm personally excited. And you know that other people are as well based on Man United's performance yesterday. And I'll show you as to why. When you go on to StocksFC, and one of the reasons why I partnered with StocksFC is because it shows you what people really think and feel, because they're putting their money into it. The biggest improvement yesterday in terms of stocks after the game in the Community Shield. Look at the growth there. Look at the growth of Casemiro yesterday. People watch his performance and they watch that Manchester United midfield, and there you can see there's a huge drop in his stock over the course of last season. But look there at that jump yesterday. We'll zoom in on it now. A big jump indeed, with people repurchasing stock in this man, rebuying stock. And look, this man pays out around £1.03 per stock already. That price dropped, but it's had like a 400% increase in the last 24 hours. So it just goes to show that people are watching these games and they are then investing their money. My portfolio, as you can see, I'll put it into like profit order, starting to turn over a nice amount of profit now. And that is without any rewards being kicked in yet. But we did see the points start to be made yesterday, because we looked at the live rankings from the Community Shield game, and you can see there Casemiro quite high, Bruno high, Bernardo Silva, of course, with his goal in that game. Plus, being part of the winning team really helped boost these points yesterday. Winning the football matches is really, really key indeed. So go and check out StocksFC. Get signed up to your account now by scanning the QR code. All it takes is your email address, but it's such a great platform, and it really does show what people are backing and not. Now, on to Arsenal. We know that Mikel Merino is going to be an Arsenal player, according to all the reports. Unless something catastrophic happens, a bad injury, or the fax machine breaks. This is going to happen, and probably next week. But I reached out to a very, very prominent journalist yesterday. We were just talking on WhatsApp, actually about the Manchester United deal and a few other things. And I asked him a question around I sent him a voice note, and I said, what else is next for Arsenal, in your opinion? What are you hearing? And I got a really interesting response back. Now, that response, as you can see on the screen, first of all, he's talking about the Manchester United. I blocked out the first bit because it was something personal. But it says, for Man United, the Sanderberg links were true. You've always looked, United have you've also looked at Kone, who's at the Olympics as well. Arsenal likely to get a wide forward after Moreno is what has been claimed here, which I find an interesting claim. Talks about the likes of Adeyemi, maybe Sane, but it does also state that there is a chance we enter a bid for a striker, and that is they're searching for a bargain or a market opportunity like Osimhen for around 60 million. And you see on the top, there, my voice note was sent first. I say this is a very prominent journalist. So what this does go to show for me is that Arsenal are going to move quite heavily and quite hard towards an attacker. If the right value, if the right level of player at the right price comes in, it could be a striker. If not, it could be one of a variety of wide players. Now, Arsenal fans watching, which of those individuals would you like? If I put that back up on the screen again for you, if what's being said here is true, you've got Bakayoko there's Sane, Adeyemi. Who would you prefer? It says here they've been scouted fairly intensively by Arsenal over the course of time. So who do you think that Arsenal should go for in that regard? And the reason why the Osimhen news story is so interesting is because we saw yesterday, and we were told yesterday, that a transfer request has been handed in. And again, according to another mainstream media outlet, Arsenal, Chelsea, PSG have been linked with the Nigerian. But his 109 release clause is widely seen as unaffordable. Napoli are reportedly happy to accept 85 million, but this too is proving too steep. Will it drop further? And I think this is the question here. We know Chelsea are in negotiations with the player and with Napoli. They're looking to do a swap deal. That's why I said at the start we've got some Chelsea news here. And I think Chelsea are pushing relatively hard to sign this player. But we keep hearing Arsenal's name. And when I was sent that message yesterday on WhatsApp, I didn't know what to expect. I just asked a very simple question, which was, what are Arsenal going to do? Do you think they'll sign a striker, or do you think they'll sign an inside forward? That was essentially my question. And potentially, yes. So that's now the fourth outlet or individual in the space of a week who keeps mentioning Arsenal with Victor Osimhen. And I just think this may not come to fruition. And I'm not denying that. But to ignore it as a possibility when so many people are talking about it, I almost find it disrespectful. I really, really do. So Arsenal fans, Chelsea fans, how do you see this playing out? Genuinely, how do you see this playing out? Who do you think Arsenal will sign? And will Chelsea add more firepower to their front line? A big Chelsea source a few days ago spoke about how they were going to add a striker like Osimhen and a wide player. 24 hours later, they signed Pedro Neto. So it does appear they're looking to get this Osimhen deal. Arsenal looking if they can get... Are Arsenal kind of waiting for Chelsea to sort of agree a valuation and then swoop in? Could that be the methodology here? And if Chelsea agree a deal that they believe is too expensive, they just walk away and then maybe go for an Adeyemi, or they put some money in for a Sane. I want to ascertain, I want to understand your views and your opinions on this in the comments section below. As ever, people, look, I want to thank all of you for tuning in. It's always a pleasure to sit and talk football with you. And I actually had someone call me out the other day in the comments section. They said, Terry only wants your views and opinions to create more engagement so his videos do better. And I thought to myself, is there any truth to that? My first feeling was, it's a very salty comment. But the reason I care about your views and opinions is because we're a community. And there is no successful YouTuber, and that based whatever you think success looks like, I don't really care. That's your own definition. The community is the most important part of that. There is no successful YouTuber without the community that they're in. And there's no successful YouTuber, content creator, I don't really like that word, but there we go, who doesn't engage and respect the views of his viewers. So I want to thank you all for the comments. I want to thank you all for the engagement. I want to thank you all for continually turning up and showing up no matter what day we post content, no matter what team it's about. The millions of you that tune in every single month. It's such a humbling feeling for me. It really, really is. So I want to thank you all very much for that. But leave us your comments below. As I've said already, if you're interested in StocksFC, go and get signed up now. Start building your portfolio ahead of the new season, because I think the prices of these players, if you're not buying IPOs, that is, are going to start to skyrocket. We're already seeing it. That's why my portfolio is starting to make me profit, without even serious football being played yet. Until next time, take care, goodbye, God bless, and I'll see you all again soon. Peace.